Welcome in everybody to Running the Riffs coverage of the North American Challenger League 2024 Spring Qualifier 1. We are in the playoffs, and at this point, it's not quite the elimination stage, but it is kind of the elimination stage because this is a win or go home match between Polestar and Ole Miss. My name is Yanni. I'm joined here by Miliana. Miliana, game one went the way of Ole Miss. Stray in the top lane on his jacks. 9-0-5. The former pro player who's made it to MSI, putting in work for Ole Miss. Polestar, they're going to need to come up with an answer here in game two.
Yeah, without a doubt. And we can already see Pulse banning out a lot of these really scaling champions like Smolder and Seraphine, who that can be flexed between your Uncle Sam and Shogo. Last game, I believe Uncle Sam was on that Karma, a really safe, scaling, and supportive pick that he can pilot well. But now I'm interested in what he has to pick. Nico, Karma, Seraphine, a lot of these easy mid laners are off the table.
Yeah, and he could be potentially picking into a Tristana, right? You know, we've seen a lot of Tristana mid lanes. So that does cut the available champions that Uncle Sam could pick up that are also fairly safe champions, right? If you pick an Orianna here, you're just going to get jumped on and take a lot of damage. Azir is also going to get jumped on and take a lot of damage early. So, you know, I like the Azir pick here, but into a potential Tristana is worrisome.
I would have preferred to see a Syndra here, to be honest. I think Syndra is just such a good answer into this Tristana pick. I mean, obviously Tristana can be flexed towards the bot lane, but I just don't think bot lane Tristana is strong enough for that to be super worth doing right now. So I feel like I would have liked to see, I would have expected a Syndra. It really shuts Tristana down, pokes her out with the Q, and the E just denies Tristana's all in, but looks like they're going to go with the Uncle Sam Azir instead.
Yeah, and you know what? I like what they've been doing with Uncle Sam lately, right? They've been starting to put him on more meta mid laners. We saw for a while, you know, it's no secret that they've tried to creatively pick around Uncle Sam at times, which I have disliked. I don't think it's worked for them as well as they think it would. But now seeing him on meta mid laners, I'm much happier to see that. He had a fine Azir game during the bracket stage. Well, you know, he's going to have to make big plays happen here. We are going to see Kryra pick the Rel here. I'm not sure if that's going to go bottom or into the jungle, but we're also going to see a Rumble pickup. That one's going to be picked away from Stray, who has had a lot of great Rumble games, but the response will be a Cassante.
I mean, yeah, we can see the Cassante into the Rumble, but we know Rumble pretty much wins every matchup early into these melee champs. And I do think Pulse has a really interesting double flex kind of thing, the Rel flexing jungle and support, and the Tristana flexing mid and bot, of course. But what I would like, and it is definitely an interesting combination, but I feel like Ole Miss can still do a lot to shut these picks down. I mean, we know that Kryra, although sometimes plays Rel, I think Pulse is generally more successful when a B is on Rel. It is like one of his favorite champions to play, and he usually makes insane engages on it. So I think Ole Miss are expecting this Renata to go to the bot lane.
Yeah, and you know, if it does go into the bot lane, right, you got a lot of pretty good pairings with it. I believe Callista should be on the board. No, Callista just got banned away. So, you know, they're worried that Shogo would want to go pick that one up. I was just going to say, like, oh, you know, I think Callista Rel's pretty good, but there's still a lot of really good Rel pairings. I just don't think they would send Tristana to the bot lane at this point in time. And if Ole Miss is going to pick up Senna for themselves, this is going to greatly alter what we could see Polestar pick up here because that lane might not be as easy to kill as once thought.
Yeah, and now I think it would be a good time to put this Rel into the jungle and maybe look for some other scaling carries into this bot lane. Because I think against scaling carry, Senna has a really hard time because she just doesn't have as much money. She doesn't have as much damage usually. So I think the Zeri pick, perhaps paired with an enchanter here and sending the Rel towards that top side might be just a really good idea for the side of Pulse.
Yeah, and this is the scaling pick that you talked about. Zeri still very, very scary if she's allowed to get to the late game. And I really like this pickup for AB as well. The Nautilus, the point and click is going to do quite a bit of work on top of Shogo Senna and Uncle Sam's Azir. But for the rest of the team, it might not be as good. We'll see what Rhino picks up, though. They've been known to play some wacky stuff. Cho'Gath has certainly been a champion that they have paired with the Senna, as well as Swain. We've actually seen Shogo go Swain and Rhino go Senna in the past as well. So you could see some swapping around.
It does look like that's what's happening, and I think that Rhino is picking up that Senna while Shogo is going to Swain. I do really like the Swain pick here because I feel like most of Pulse are pretty short range, have to get in, but Swain really likes that. He wants people to run into him so he can get that ult off,
Hmm.
heal away all their damage, and just be just such a monster when people have to run into him. I think the Swain pick's really smart. I thought it was going to be a Tom Kench. I thought Tom Kench would be great because he can just eat people up when they get Nautilus outed, and the Nautilus ult just doesn't really do anything, right? But Swain, also a really creative pick, and I've seen Miss play a bunch of Senna lanes. I think they've played Orange Senna. I think they've played, yeah, just like, and
They
this is
played a lot.
definitely one of their, yeah, they play a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they're incredibly proficient at playing Senna,
Oh,
either
definitely.
Shogo or Rhino piloting it. A couple
Mm-hmm.
of interesting things to note about this team composition, a bit of a non-bow with this Swain and everybody else. And I have been openly critical of Ole Miss's drafts at times, and it feels like that the teams play on different axes, right? It's whatever Shogo and Rhino want to do, plus what the rest of the team want to do, right? Obviously, all of these champions, short range on the other side for Polestar, right? Want to get into Shogo, or Shogo wants them to be in melee range, right? But the problem is Cassante pulls somebody away with the all out. Jin Zhao knocks multiple people away with his ultimate, and Azir will also potentially shuffle people away from Swain as opposed to into Swain. It really just depends on how perfectly the fight develops for them. So I do think there are a little bit of concerns, but I do really like the team that they've put together, and I do think that this team may pound for pound be stronger than Polestar. But we will have to see. Emiliana, please, I want to know your opinion on this Polestar composition here. Mentioned a little short range, but certainly has plenty of damage behind it, as we are on Summoner's Rift here for game one, or game two.
Definitely, Pulse's team is a very heavy, I would call it a dive comp with the Nautilus, Tristana, and Rel, who just basically don't do anything except go in. I mean, Rel Nautilus are useless if they don't go in, period, right? And Zeri can also go in, or she can have people run into her, and she uses that ult to kite away. But I think Pulse has a very strong dive comp, and on the other hand, though, Ole Miss I think has a really strong kite comp, really strong turn with the Swain, with the Azir, with the Senna, with the Crescent Guard of the Jinzhao. And honestly, if I were on this rift, I would so prefer to be Ole Miss right now.
Oh yeah, uh, it's just pretty straight up, right? You know, I think
Mm-hmm.
you've got a little bit more of a powerful jungler with the Jinzhao and Icelandic hero. Obviously, Rel, very strong jungler. These lanes though, if as long as they can get priority, remember Rel takes the Void Rubs very quickly because she can shatter the shields on them.
Yeah.
So, you know, as long as you're able to keep that presence in your mid lane, in your top lane for just a little bit, that's a pretty quick objective pickup.
Yeah, and I do agree that in the top side, Pulse do have a lot more priority in the early laning phase with Cozy and Reppy, both having the stronger champion in that 1v1 in those solo lanes. However, the one thing I'm not sure about Pulse is that there's everything. Oh, looks like something interesting might be
Uh-oh.
happening.
Good stun onto Icelandic hero. They're going to force the flash out. So well played off the rip by Polestar. See if Icelandic hero wants to try to find a way back in. Maybe smite this away. It's so risky.
Ooh.
But he will just settle for the Krugs.
Wait,
But we'll
he's
see
on
if Kryra...
vision.
Yeah, Kryra might just hit level 2 and then go over the wall. Who knows? Meanwhile, bot lane, Hook lands onto Rhino. That's going to be a heck of a lot of damage. They ignite him up as well, forcing the flash out. There's one thing that I was pretty worried about, although they trade nicely back onto AB.
Yeah, I mean, this bot lane definitely should not be getting close. Ooh, they have level 2.
Yep, Hook number 2 lands. AB is 2 for 2, forcing the heal out of Rhino. So the screws are being put to your jungler and your bot lane. So your solo laners are going to need to get the job done early. Maybe try to get at least a little bit of momentum back for your team. Like, hey guys, it's all right. I'm doing well.
Yeah, but I do feel like in the later team fights, I do feel like Ole Miss's team comp do favor a lot, unless this Rumble gets really ahead, which could be possible. This is a really tough matchup for this Cassante.
Yeah, it's going to be really rough for Stray, but, you know, good for Cozy. Lucky for him. He will have an opportunity to exact some revenge after game 1 did not go his way. Remember, he does have that Ignite available, starting to see a lot more Rumbles pick up the Ignite, so if Stray mispositions, walks astray, he could find himself ignited and dead. Sreppy has not quite gotten the advantage on Uncle Sam that I thought he would, aside from getting pushed in. Uncle Sam is fairly healthy.
Yeah, I mean, but he's kind of low on mana, so ooh, a dive coming in.
Yep, big dive, big ignite. He's gone unstoppable, and Cozy is going to have to walk away. So a great job there from Stray. Did not have to burn any summoners, but round 2 coming through as Cryer is going to jump on him, and it's going to be first blood going over to Cozy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, they like did not play that dive super well. They should have like had Kyra tank it first, but seems like they realized their mistake and went for round 2 really quick.
Yep, very well played by them to realize that, hey, we may have messed up the first time, but we can do it again. Things are fine as long as we execute fine, and you're in good shape, and they did. So we'll see how Icelandic Hero responds. Does pick up a red buff here. Will be spotted out by Reppy. AB is walking up. Reppy taking a whole lot of damage, though. He can't step up any further, so pretty free there for Icelandic Hero.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure how this happened. He's now up 2 camps, almost 3 camps now on the Rel, despite how his game started. So I don't think I've been paying enough attention. I'm not sure how this happened, why he's up camps.
Well, you know, I sometimes that just happens, right? When you spend so much time on the top side, as AB is in a lot of trouble. That wind becomes lightning, getting Icelandic Hero a lot closer, forcing that flash away. Kyra is here. Kyra gonna flash forward. They're gonna go all the way in on Icelandic Hero, and Enthralled is able to pick up his first.
Absolutely huge for Post. The 2 early kills going over to them is exactly what they need in this game. They need to be the ones finding these advantages.
What? Rhino?
Wait,
Enthralled is gonna jet set radio over the wall. I don't know what happened there, but a miscue there by the support for Ole Miss results in a second Enthralled kill.
Wait, how could he hit the ward and not see the rel?
I know, that's what I'm wondering too.
Wait, how does that work?
Oh, okay. So we're being told that he hit the sight plant, the vision plant. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, to be honest.
Scryer's Bloom.
Scryer's Bloom, thank you. Gave vision of the ward, but not vision of the Kryra. And
I didn't know that could happen.
it's just a super corner case scenario, right? Where the jungler would happen to walk in after not being spotted out. And Ole Miss can cry about it, as now the little grub is getting taken here by the side of Polestar. 3 for them on the first go-around. Very, very good stuff so far. Looking good early.
Yeah, Post definitely looking really good early. 2 kills already, 2 enthralled on this hyper carry. We saw a bit of banter between Shogo and Enthralled in the lobby chat, and now Enthralled kind of up kills on this game. Will he be able to put Shogo's words to the test if he like carries this game?
Yeah, Shogo did a lot of talking, but Enthralled did not respond. Yeah, so he's preferring to let his play do the talking, and so far so good. We'll have to see what he does with this lead, because remember, it does take much longer for Zeri to get online than in the past, as we talked about earlier.
Without a doubt, and with no Enchanter as well, she's just not amped as hard as we see the Lulu Zeris in the past, or the Yumi Zeris, right? She's definitely just a lot, I feel like, almost weaker of a champion without a Lulu or Yumi on her back.
See Icelandic Hero head to the mid lane here. Is Uncle Sam and Reppy going to trade some blows here? Uncle Sam, though, is in the middle of a very large wave. AB looking for the inside track. And Thrall is level 6 right now, by the way. And Rhino and Shogo forced down to about half HP, but they're going to pull AB back in. Icelandic Hero is on the way, but Kryra is waiting in the wings. And Enthralled is going to put a great bait mate down. Huge double stun. Icelandic Hero falls. Rhino forced to flash away. They're going to bear down onto Shogo, but they're unable to get the kill. He's going to try to pull Kryra back in, and does. AB looking for another potential hook, double root, but nothing more to be had. And Polestar, this bot lane, is just putting in so much work.
Yeah, this is such an excellent bait from Enthralled to bait Icelandic Hero into the engage, and just Abia and Kryra turning immediately with Kryra's Hex Flash, which is absolutely huge. Another kill onto the Zeri. He is 3-0 right now, and so accelerated.
Yeah, and, you know, this dragon still being available, and they're all being so much stronger right now. I think Polestar, if they want, they might be able to get the dragon at their behest. Now, we do see Kryra heading up to the top side of the map, so that's not going to be available, but Icelandic Hero, I mean, he just can't head bot lane right now, right? He is just going to get absolutely trounced here, as the lanes for Ole Miss are not winning. This bot lane that they put so many eggs into the basket of has not had the intended effect. You see Cozy try to move in here and voice Icelandic Hero off. His jungle has not been his all game.
Hmm. Yeah, and one thing I am curious about is I know Rhino did that strategy where you start with the D blade this game instead of the support item. I'm curious, when did he buy the support item and how much gold does he have on it so far? Oh, never mind.
Oh, what an equalizer. Hold that thought. Icelandic hero has been melted by Cozy. Uncle Sam heading
Oh,
on the way here, but Kryra is going to lay the trap. Rhino is burnt alive. Kryra has his ultimate available, but unable to push it any further. And Polestar is wiping the rift with Ole Miss.
oh yeah, and now we're looking at the World Atlas. He's got 340 gold on it. Not that bad, honestly, for how long he's had it.
Yeah, it should give an indication. It looks like he might have picked that up first. I'm not quite
No, he
sure. To be
didn't.
honest.
He
No,
started
it
with
was picked up
D-Blade.
second. I haven't played enough support and haven't seen enough stacking to see how quickly that should be going up. So
Oh, and Broad gonna
I'll
go.
admit,
Oh,
I'm wrong. Shogo is in a lot of trouble here. AB coming through. The rest of Polestar just, again, laying perfect traps here. And it feels like the mental of Ole Miss may be shattered.
ooh, maybe Shogo shouldn't have said all that in lobby chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's kind of eating
what do
his
they
words
say?
now.
Talk ish, get hit. Like that's exactly
Yeah.
what's getting happening right now. I mean, he's only died once, right? So it's not all him, right? But
I mean, yeah, his team kind of ran it down. It is what it is.
yeah, it's it happens sometimes, right? Icelandic
Yeah,
Hero
it'd be like
has
that.
had a very tough game, right? And that's not all
Mhm.
his fault. That
Yeah.
invade that came in early really just kind of put things off kilter.
Yeah.
So Ocean Drake getting picked up as well for the side of Polestar. So what's next? Grubs are available, right? So with all the strength that they have, I'd be surprised if they didn't pick up all 6.
Yeah, and even though we can argue that Mist has a better comp for team fighting for later in the game, in the lanes, the solo lanes are just much stronger than for Pulse and Ode Mist. And even though this bot lane, I don't think Zeri is supposed to win that hard. It's just the really smart baits that Pulse was able to set up to get Icelandic Hero to engage, to get enthralled all these kills. So it's just really smart by Pulse, really well played, and that's why they're in this position right now in the game.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Ole Miss, right? They're a super aggressive team. So they've
Oh,
been punishing this aggression. Like, look at this. They finally catch Pulse with their pants down, potentially. Down goes AB. Kryra is here. The ultimate used by Enthralled, so they might want to go in for this, but a teleport coming in now for a potential turn. Enthralled, though, is able to ghost to get out. Doing at least a little bit more damage to Shogo, playing on a knife's edge right now.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, but look at what's happening in the top side while
Look at
Wolvers
Uncle
is
Sam.
busy doing this.
Uncle
Look at
Sam
the top side. Oh,
coming in from behind, but the teleport comes in. Here comes Kryra's engaged. Enthralled is in the middle of everybody and just doesn't care. Kryra doesn't take any damage as Rhino is the next target. Reppy flashes on top of him and blows him up. It's 2 more for Polestar. Can they find a third? Uncle Sam getting low, but Polestar already backed off and just pick up more gold in their pockets.
and in the meantime, it looks like Rumble just randomly took 1 grub.
Nice. I mean, why not, right?
Why
You
not,
just
right?
do it. Although he might
Oh.
die for it. All out coming out. There's the equalizer. He's just going to at least
What?
cut the wave here. Giving away a shutdown for 1 grub, not sure if that was worth it, but
I don't even know how he died.
they could probably spare that. I think he took too much damage from the grubs, right?
Mm, yeah, I don't know. He could have just recalled. I mean, he was really ahead in this lane, but yeah, I'm kind of confused about how that happened. But it looks like Pulse are now sending their bot lane up to the top side of the map to maybe look on these grubs, and they're putting Cozy to catch that bottom wave.
Yep, and as our fellow caster Shibby would say, you'd be very proud of that grub play that Cozy made, right? He's a very big proponent of you don't get the grub, you don't get the dub. So maybe a couple of dubs to be had here for Polestars. They do manage to pick up all 6. So let's see them work with it, right? They've already gotten 1 plate in the bot lane, 1 plate in the top lane, multiple plates in the mid lane. This Icelandic Hero could find himself in some trouble, but the rest of Ole Miss is around to make sure that he keeps himself upright. Meanwhile, Cozy
Cozy.
versus Shogo in the 1v1. Shogo pulls him closer. Not sure if that's what he wanted, but Equalizer's not up for Cozy, and Shogo is burning him alive. Cozy, he's
Wait.
going to get overheated. Oh my god, the turn! He does so much damage. And Shogo, a miscalculation.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who was going to be winning that, but oh, okay. I wasn't sure who was gonna be winning that. At first, I was like, surely Rumble can just burn him down, right? And then he kind of like got his charge up, or I'm not sure how Rumble works, but he waited for a while and then he just turned around and he just one-shot Shoujo. Like, that was insane.
He burned all his abilities, got himself to overheat by using the Q. Means that he was able to pump out so much extra damage on to Shogo, and this is not the game that Ole Miss wanted. But listen, they took game 1, game 2. Sometimes you just got to take a mulligan on it, right? I don't want to say it's over yet because it's only 3,000 gold, but Polestar have certainly set themselves up in a perfect position to be able to force a game 3.
Yeah, I mean, they have just a huge lead right now. 3k gold up at just 14 minutes. Plates are just falling. Oh, Reppy, though, might be in trouble, but he's good. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, Stray hasn't, he just doesn't do a whole lot of damage right now. You know, Cassante, obviously, everybody knows. Super tanky, does a lot of damage, but he's got all magic resistance, and, you know, you saw Reppy hit him a couple of times, but Reppy didn't really deal anything to him, right? Reppy's kind of on a garage sale build right now, despite being fairly far ahead at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, never mind.
He is quite a lot. I mean, he's gotten a lot of plates in this matchup. Like, look at that tower.
Yeah, he did just pick up his Kraken Slayer, though, as I said that, so.
Oh, I see.
No longer the garage sale. He has evolved to, I don't know, like a corner store, maybe?
Possibly. I mean, he's got his first item on this Tristana. And Pulse just taking away that Rift Herald, completely uncontested. Now they can get even more gold as they push these towers, push these lanes. And there's a dragon up right now as well. Both teams going to be contesting for that mid-prio before this dragon spawns.
You can see where Cozy is moving up. Uncle Sam is the one with first move, so there is a slight man advantage right now, but no, Cozy is going to back off to the bot lane, so if Ole Miss wants to, they could fancy themselves a fight. We just saw a couple of stacks here, 40 on the Senna, 20 on the Swain, so stacking at a rate, it's fine.
It's definitely not that bad considering the fact they died 6 times.
That is true. They have died 6 times, so it isn't that bad for that many deaths. As the Rift Herald is going to get dropped in the mid lane here, and here comes Twitch chat, right? Yeah, all the little mites coming out, and Gran Turismo here from a B here. Though,
he's ganking Icelandic.
I like it. No, I like this.
Oh my god!
A B! Oh my god! You're so no! Wait!
No, he didn't hit
it! Oh
my god! It's a tragedy! Oh my god! That would have been so big brain. Wait, I've never seen anyone drive so well, but it just didn't pay off at the end.
So I'm gonna tell a little story here while we have some time. That reminds me of the one time that I was driving on a highway and somebody turned left when they shouldn't have. And I had to swerve out of the way to avoid T-boning somebody. And then I had to try to swerve back to avoid hitting the curb. And unfortunately, AB did what I did and hit the curb at about 40 to 50 miles an hour. And ruined not only his Rift Herald, but also his life.
Oh no, that's such a tragedy. That is exactly what he did there, to be honest. I mean, but he was so close. Have you ever seen anyone do that? It's like, you know when you're
only
like...
on TikTok.
Playing those racing games and you have to like get through like a really tight curvy lane.
Yeah.
That's literally what he did, going down through that jungle to that bot side. He was like swerving on it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Now I know, Milian, I know you're pretty young, so I don't know if you remember the video of the Sona who played with the racing wheel. It was an old League of Legends video. Do you think you get a competitive advantage by using a racing wheel to drive the Rift Herald and potentially playing your game of League of Legends with a racing wheel?
That is so interesting. I've never thought about that before. I bet that person must have added Yubi to their champ pool now.
If they're still playing, you're probably right. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. You could play Yumi with a racing wheel.
I mean, you wouldn't even need the wheel, like...
No, not at all. Yeah, you just need the gas pedal and that's it, right?
Yeah.
17.5 minutes in right now, and the gold lead hasn't gotten that much further away from the side of Ole Miss. I feel like if they had gotten that turret in the bottom lane, Pulse would be in a much better spot, but they are looking to lay another trap. They are the ones being over-aggressive. Icelandic Hero getting a lot of shields, and they're going to all out and throw it over the wall. It's a big shutdown going over to Shogo, and here we go. Ole Miss could be finding a way back in. Reppy is just focusing on the turret. Cryro getting burnt lower and lower. A B is going to get taken down. Icelandic Hero getting credit for that one, and Cryro has nowhere else to go, and Ole Miss turns it around on Polestar.
Yeah, Post tried to look for the dive, but didn't know that the rest of Ole Miss was following close in suit behind them. I mean, 3 kills just go straight into the hands of Ole Miss. A huge shutdown over to Shogo on this lane. However, Post do manage to trade a couple of towers back, so they do manage to at least get something in return.
Yeah, not terrible, but it is pretty rough, right? Enthralled no longer has Ghost. Enthralled no longer has Flash. And Cozy doesn't either, so this next fight for Polestar could be kind of rough. You got a Drake in about 2 minutes, but the good news is there's no Rift Herald to fight around or anything like that at this point, so if Polestar wants to chill out, they just can, but it may allow Ole Miss to just get more gold into their pockets to try to accelerate themselves back into the game, but what they just did was a great start.
Yeah, and I definitely think Pulse, they can't really just give Dragons and be like, yeah, we can just take the next one. Because I do feel like they do get outscaled. Even though they have a Zeri Tristana, which are two really well-scaling ADCs, I do think the Azir, the Swain, and the Senna combo kind of do beat them in the long run.
Yeah, and that's why they picked that combo, right? Especially this entire team. This entire team is super late scaling, except for Xinjiao, right? And Cassante to a certain extent. Cassante scales, I think, pretty well, but also has a solid enough early game. But you let this game go on if you're Polestar, right? And especially since you've kind of left the door open for Ole Miss after that fight, you could find yourself getting just absolutely destroyed in 10 more minutes if this game isn't over.
I mean, I kind of agree. Yeah, I mean, Azir, like, if Azir hits his 3-item spike, Swain gets some items, Senna gets some stacks, it could just end up in a really bad disaster for Post. So they definitely can't be making these silly mistakes where they're giving away shutdowns or giving away all these kills in tempo.
Yeah, and one other thing is that we didn't really mention how Cozy burned his summoners. It was a 1v1 with Uncle Sam. On the bottom side, one thing to notice, take a look at the itemization of the side of Ole Miss, right? Lots of armor on their side outside of the Cassante. So Cozy gonna be needing to hit these equalizers on these priority targets. You drop an equalizer on Shogo, doesn't matter how tanky he is going to burn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Cozy.
Yeah, could
Wow,
find himself
he does
caught out.
damage.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you saw that? It was just a taser. He does so much damage to Icelandic Hero, who, again, is on armor and health, right? That's not exactly where you want to be. Dragon up just now. Teleport coming in for Reppy, so Polestar certainly want to get some mid lane control here. They're going to try to deal a little bit of damage to Enthralled. Here comes Teleport. Reppy wants to go in and pull the trigger. Uncle Sam is here, and he's going to put up the Azir turret as Ole Miss looking to try to find a way back in. Kryra off to the side, pushing off Icelandic Hero. Teams are waiting. Cozy takes a lot of damage. He's overheated. It might be time to go. Icelandic Hero in the middle of everybody. Cozy is rooted. He's knocked up in the air. He's still alive, and he finally goes down. Big shutdown going over. Meanwhile, Icelandic Hero super low, but they take out Enthralled, and Shogo stands tall. Plenty of HP. They're going to take out Kryra as well, and they send Polestar packing.
Yeah, it looks like despite the rough early game, Ole Miss are really turning this one around. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Absolutely huge for Ole Miss. Once again, they get the Dragon, they get the shutdowns, and they get themselves 3 kills.
Unable to do anything to Shogo at this point in the game. And this double AD composition of Tristana and Zeri may be the undoing of Polestar, who is so far ahead earlier. And now the gold is just about damn near even. You can start to see Swain getting a little bit more stacks here. Senna has doubled her stacks since we last checked in almost. Like, this is very, very bad news for Polestar. Miliana, is there any way for Polestar to kind of rein this back in?
I mean, definitely. If they can find a great pick, they still have a lot of bursts with Tristana, plus the Rumble and the Rel and the Nautilus to find those picks. They can definitely find a pick, but I think if Ole Miss plays it well from this point on, I think they probably have this game in the bag, as long as they don't make any silly little mistakes.
Well, we have seen teams make some silly little mistakes. Ole Miss is certainly on that list of teams to make some silly little mistakes. Their aggressiveness has been punished on multiple occasions this game, but this time around, they've been playing with a lot more measured aggression and have really turned this around. And that's been the story of Ole Miss in a lot of games. I have casted and seen a lot of games where they are down so much early, and they are resilient. They are definitely a resilient bunch, able to really come back into games.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, especially with their star player being their AD carry, Shogo. Definitely a team that can scale on into the late game and have Shogo absolutely 1v9 games on his AD carries. But this game, not quite that story, to be honest. I mean, he's on the Swain champion, and it's kind of just the team as a whole that's able to just come back and really win it.
Yeah, Uncle
Oh,
Sam had a pretty good fight as we're going to see a nice... Oh, they're going to engage onto Shogo. A great engagement. You mentioned getting picked off. That Hex Flash over the wall from AB was primo. As they're going to turn onto the Baron here as Polestar.
yeah, like I said, small mistakes like that can cost Ole Miss the game. I mean, excellent engage by AB, and just a little bit of awareness not there for Ole Miss results in this Baron situation. But what will happen here?
They're going to fight a 5v4 right now. Rhino going to get the shielding down on the people, but Icelandic Hero and Stray are the ones who need to frontline. Stray takes some damage, but not a whole lot. Uncle Sam not pumping out enough, but they finally take down Kryra, and next to fall is Stray. And now Icelandic Hero was able to pick up a kill. He is so low, but will be able to walk it out. Ole Miss ends up taking a 2-for-1 there, down a member.
Yeah, and this is the issue with trying to take Baron once you've gotten one pick, because Pulse invested all their ults to get that one kill. And Ole Miss, they weren't there. They didn't use anything. So Ole Miss, 4 ults versus, 2 ults or something, right? It means that Ole Miss can easily take the fight.
Yeah, and Polestar has to be kicking themselves, right? At a 5v4, you don't win the 5v4. I mean, that was your opportunity to really take back control of this game. That's going to be much harder. They need to try to find another opportunity like that again. The thing with players at this level, they may make a mistake once, but it is very rare that they make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, they learn pretty fast.
Machine learning. It's almost like AI, right? They see something and they're like, let me not do that again. So
I mean,
we'll see if Sugar's positioning is a little better.
How do you think machine learning came about? I'm pretty sure that was inspired by like humans learning,
Yeah, I mean, I think so, right? I mean, I don't know that much about AI and everything like that.
I mean, it definitely is modeled after just humans at least. So. Yeah, people do
learn. We learn eventually, sometimes. I still play League of Legends, right? So I can't learn that much.
Yeah, we're all learning. And I imagine Rhino gonna be more careful about those vision controls. Gonna be a bit more careful about the side bushes or any hex flashable bushes, as I think Kryra and AB both have that hex flash ability. And Pulse?
Yeah, they're going to just start up the Baron here. They saw Uncle Sam on the bottom side, but Uncle Sam
he has TP.
does have teleport available, and he will be using it here. Although, Stray is not near the fight, so Icelandic Hero is taking a little bit of damage on the front line, but he's going to engage onto Cozy, and here comes Shogo, but they roll out the red carpet for Shogo! They burn him away! He doesn't have the magic resistance, and now Stray in the middle of the fight. Huge root coming out, and now Ole Miss are looking to take the fight. It's a 4v4, but Stray does so much damage. AB off to the side is dead. Reppy is stuck, enthralled, sees a lot of red health bars in front of him, and he's trying desperately to get away, and it looks like he will be able to walk it out, but Ole Miss hang on for another fight, and the Baron is theirs.
It looks so good for Pulse at first. Shogo just burned down instantly by that engage from Kryra. However, Rhino and Stray were just able to turn it around so fast that Cassandre was hitting so many people in that Senna last embrace with his knockups, and Pulse, they just got turned on. Uncle Sam, the damage coming through on that Azir as well, just able to shred through the health bars of Pulse and turn the fight around for Ole Miss.
Yeah, and Ole Miss can do a really quick play here, because if Pulse think that they can just waltz into this dragon, right, they would be sorely mistaken. They are not going to do that. They're going to send Kryra to the top side of the jungle. Reppy is going to TP top lane, which will be matched by Stray. This dragon is all Ole Miss's if they want it, but with the Baron available, I imagine that structures are more of their game right now.
Yeah, definitely, and we can see Ole Miss finally working on this mid-tier one that has been mostly untouched throughout this entire game somehow, but they've got it now.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's just gone instantly.
Yeah, just evaporated into thin air.
Oh, he stole it with Wind Becomes Lightning.
Oh, that's so sad. That is rough beats right there.
Yeah, that is tough.
Yeah, not able to make anything in the top lane happen as Kryra and Reppy, but they could be coming in for a flank if they want. The Azir turret is still up. They need to take a fight with a numbers advantage. Icelandic Hero is on the dragon, so there is an opportunity, but Reppy is the one who gets spotted out. Turret will fall at the same time as that dragon, so 2 apiece for both these squads. Ole Miss They knocked down another turret with their Baron. I'd say it's a job well done.
Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss have definitely gotten a decent amount of objectives with their Baron so far, and they are still continuing to stay in this mid lane. But also, I do want to mention something about their draft. I feel like Zeri is just not what she used to be these days. I mean, I've seen so many Zeris being played in competitive recently, and none of them have ever been successful. It seems like that champ just doesn't do quite enough damage right now to be played.
I agree with that. I also think that it's a byproduct of the conditions of this game right now. I think
Oh,
it's really,
yeah.
really hard for Zeri to kind of chew through Cassante and Swain as well, while also being outranged by Azir. But I think you're largely correct, and I do think that that's a big factor in this game right now, is that not only does Enthralled not do enough damage when he gets the opportunity to do damage, he's not getting that opportunity. And Ole Miss playing at a breakneck pace right now. Teleport coming in, they are going to take the bot inhibitor turret and the bottom inhibitor on top of it. So they decide to put their foot on the gas and breaking up some structures.
Yeah, they've made so much use out of this one Baron so far, and looks like they're just gonna take their recalls now and chill out. No more push. The Baron's probably gonna wear off very soon, but the next one spawning in 3 minutes. I mean, there's not any objectives on the map right now, so both teams have an
They
opportunity.
pinged him out. They pinged out Icelandic Hero. This could be a little bit of trouble here.
He has
He's
Crescent
gonna
Guard,
knock.
though.
Yeah, does knock him back. AB is on the way. And if
Oh.
Icelandic Hero, though, can hold out just a little bit longer, reinforcements are arriving. Stray in the middle of things. Cozy dropping that equalizer. Rhino on the side with Enthralled, keeping him away. But meanwhile, the rest of the fight in the pit. Good ultimate from Rhino. The shielding, the damage. It is a 2-for-0 right now. Reppy getting chased down by Shogo. They're committing all the flashes. Ole Miss has said this is the fight that they want to end the game on. And that could be the last pulse for Polestar, because a super minion wave is in the bottom lane. The death timers, are they long enough? 15 seconds on AB, 23 seconds on Cozy, and 35 seconds on Rek.
I don't think Zeri, especially without her ultimate, has the wave clear for this. We can see Ole Miss already barreling down on these Nexus towers. Here is the super minion wave.
They have to
and
go.
they are looking to siege.
AB is up. Uncle Sam, a little low, but Ole Miss, they're going to learn from their prior mistakes. They're going to try to back it out after taking one Nexus turret. And you know what? Listen, they have costed themselves games in the past. I think this is a very smart decision. Again, learning from prior mistakes. So Ole Miss does not want to allow Polestar an avenue back in.
Yeah, definitely. We can see Ole Miss playing it safe, playing it careful, gonna say, okay, we got some kills, we got some nice towers, we're gonna get out and we're gonna go again.
You mentioned Uncle Sam. He gets the 3 items. Ole Miss is going to be in good shape. Remember, said about 10 minutes ago, maybe 12, if this game is still going on, it's going to be an Ole Miss game, and now up 7,000 gold. For the Baron in 1 minute and 20 seconds. I think all they need to do is wait at this point. We are in the Baron waiting room, as Shibby would always like to say.
It do be like that.
Yeah, it just do be like that sometimes, you know? When you don't think it be what it be, but it do be.
I know what you mean. I mean, sometimes you're just waiting for the Baron to spawn, and each team both ain't got much to do besides hitting some waves in the
Yeah.
mid and top lanes. But some ping's going down now. Icelandic in kind of an aggressive position here. He's posturing for something, but both teams
Icelandic.
not gonna really do anything, I guess.
Icelandic's always in an aggressive position. He's like the MLXG meme, you know, where he's like, oh, Icelandic hero thinks he's at a great advantage and his team is down 5k and he goes in or something like that.
Yeah, definitely is one of those players, but his team is definitely not down 5k
No.
right now.
Absolutely not. They are very much in the driver's seat. 30 more seconds until this Baron spawns. I mean, is Polestar getting any items that are getting them a little closer to at least being somewhat strong? I don't see it. Reppy and Enthrall just need to go untouched in a fight in order for them to win one, and it's just not happening. Ole Miss target selection is on point.
Yeah, and I just don't know who this Tristana can burst down right now. I mean, the Azir, maybe, but he's never going to be in range for that. And if the Tristana has to jump in, he's going to be in a Swain ult, he's going to be in a Senna ult, he's going to be in a Jin Zhao ult. And it's like, this Tristana just really can't play the game.
Ole Miss, they're going to try to stay under the turret for a little bit as the Baron is being done. They're willingly putting themselves in an odd man fight. Reppy is on the bottom side as well, so they're not really looking to do too much. As here comes the Reppy teleport, and Stray going to take a couple of strays. And the Baron is still at 7,000 HP. This is really weird by Ole Miss, but a fight is going to break out all the
Oh,
same. AB is going to go in, and there's the equalizer going down. Rhino going to be a little bit low, but look at the front line. AB is getting very low. He's landing Kiro getting shielding, but down goes the Rumble. Next up, oh, Kryra still alive for right now, but Shogo is gone. Golden, it's a 44 rep. He gets killed. A double kill for Uncle Sam, who is taking control in this fight. And here's Enthralled walking up to that Azir. That is a very scary prospect. Shogo looking to cut him off with the pass, looking to get enough damage onto Kryra. Here comes Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam looking to finish this one off. The cherry on top. He's going to take out the Enthralled. That, oh man, that Zeri goes down. And that should do it. The teleport coming in. Uncle Sam puts his mark on this game. AB, the only one left standing. And that will be it for Polestar's hopes and dreams. Congratulations to Ole Miss as they are making the. Oh, hold
they
on.
did respawn. Wait a second.
Respawn. Wait,
oh,
Cody's still alive. Hold on.
Oh
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It might not be over. Never mind. It's over. It's over. They got him. A little bit of a worrisome there. Shades of Definite Worlds, but Uncle Sam and the rest of Ole Miss will get the job done, and they take the series 2-0.
Yeah, that's just gonna be that. Definitely kind of a close game. We thought Pulse was really ahead in the end, but Ole Miss managing to stay calm, pull through, get some shutdowns, and eventually turn the game around.
That was a fantastic game, and what a wild, wild slate of games it has been today in Open Qualifiers, Miliana. Many games where teams were ahead, then all of a sudden they're behind, teams are throwing, teams are getting outscaled. It has been absolutely wild, but you are going to be able to catch all of the action here on the Running the Rift YouTube channel. Check out all of the games that will be posted up probably on Monday from the past weekend, as you can see which teams have made it into our top 8, into our elimination rounds, as we continue with the North American Challenger League Spring Qualifier 1. That'll be it for us here from Running the Rift, but check out the rest of the YouTube videos on the YouTube channel, and we hope to see you there.
Bye bye.